The door to hell, Turkmenistan's eternal flame. You never knew the desert night in Turkmenistan is quiet. The stars stretch endlessly above the vast Karakum Desert, their cold light shimmering across miles of sand. But in the heart of that stillness, a strange glow pierces the darkness. From a distance, it looks like the earth itself is bleeding fire. As you draw closer, the heat kisses your skin, and the air smells faintly of burning gas. And then, suddenly, it opens before you, a vast crater, its walls shimmering red, its depths roaring with orange flames. This is no ordinary sight. Locals call it the door to hell. A fire born of accident. The story of the door to hell begins not with myths or demons, but with science gone wrong. In 1971, during the Soviet Union's heavy exploration of Central Asia for oil and natural gas, a team of geologists set up drilling equipment in this part of the Karakum Desert. They were searching for natural gas fields, which were abundant in Turkmenistan, but the ground betrayed them. As their drills bit deep into the earth, the crust beneath collapsed. A massive hole opened up, swallowing the drilling rig and releasing toxic methane gas. The hole measured nearly 70 meters wide and 20 meters deep. The escaping gas posed a lethal danger. Methane could suffocate nearby villages, kill livestock, and pollute the air. The scientists made a bold decision: burn it off. They expected the gas to burn for a few weeks at most. Weeks turned into months, months turned into years, and now, more than half a century later, the fire still burns. The eternal flame in the desert. The Karakum Desert is vast and unforgiving. Temperatures soar to 50 C1 to 2F in summer and plummet below freezing in winter. Sandstorms whip across the dunes, erasing footprints within minutes. Yet in this barren land, the crater glows like a beacon. By day, the door to hell looks like a sunken scar in the earth, its walls darkened with soot. But at night, it transforms into something otherworldly. The flames leap high, licking the edges of the pit. Shadows dance on the desert sands. The fire roars like a living creature. Standing at the rim, visitors feel a mix of awe and unease. It is as if the earth has torn open to reveal its fiery core. The heat is intense, strong enough to force people back from the edge. Many say the experience is both beautiful and terrifying, like staring into the mouth of another world. Legends, myths, and local fears for the people living nearby. The crater quickly gained a reputation that went beyond geology. In Turkmen, it became known as Darvaza gas crater, or simply the door to hell. Some whispered that the flames were punishment, a warning from the underworld. Others believed that spirits guarded the fire, ensuring it would never die. Shepherds told stories to their children about demons hiding in the pit, their fiery breath rising into the desert sky. Tourists, too, have fed the legends. Writers describe it as a gateway to another realm, a man-made volcano, or even a cursed wound in the desert. The truth that it is the result of a failed drilling experiment feels almost too simple when you stand at its edge and feel the fire breathing beneath you, a symbol of energy and waste. Turkmenistan holds some of the world's largest reserves of natural gas, yet paradoxically, one of its most famous landmarks is a crater where gas is wasted endlessly. Every day, the door to hell consumes massive amounts of methane, gas that could have powered homes, schools, and businesses. Environmentalists argue that the crater is not just a spectacle but also a symbol of human error. The burning releases carbon dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. Scientists estimate that the crater has already wasted billions of cubic feet of gas since it ignited. Yet closing it is no easy task. Several times, Turkmenistan's government has discussed plans to extinguish the fire. In 2010, President Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedow even visited the site and ordered officials to find a way to put it out. Again in 2022, the government raised concerns about its environmental and economic impact. But so far, the door to hell continues to burn, defying every attempt to silence it. The crater and the curious. Despite its ominous name, the door to hell attracts thousands of curious visitors every year. The crater lies near the small village of Darvaza, about 260 kilometers north of Ashgabat, the capital of Turkmenistan. Tourists come prepared for the desert, sturdy tents, plenty of water, and thick clothes for the cold nights. Reaching the crater is an adventure itself. Long drives across sandy terrain, bouncing in 4 times for vehicles, with little to no signposts pointing the way. But when the fire finally comes into view, fatigue vanishes. Many camp near the crater overnight to witness its transformation under the stars. Photographers capture long exposure shots of the flames against the Milky Way. Travelers describe the silence of the desert interrupted only by the crackling roar of the pit. Some brave souls venture closer to the rim, staring down into the depths, watching the earth's breath burn before them. The sight leaves a lasting impression, something between a natural wonder and a nightmare. Science and curiosity. Beyond tourists and thrill seekers, scientists have also been fascinated by the crater. In 2013, Canadian explorer George Karakum became the first person to descend into the door to hell. Equipped with a heat-resistant suit and protective gear, he rappelled 20 meters down into the fiery pit. What he found surprised many. Despite the extreme heat and burning gas, microbes were living inside the crater. These extremophiles, tiny life forms adapted to harsh conditions, suggested that life can survive in environments once thought impossible. His discovery gave hope to scientists studying the possibility of life on other planets like Mars, where conditions might be equally harsh. The door to hell is a mirror in many ways. The door to hell is more than just a fiery crater. It is a mirror of humanity's relationship with the planet. It began as a scientific accident, born of human ambition to extract resources. It became a legend, wrapped in myth and fear. Now it stands as both a tourist attraction and an environmental warning. The flames remind us of the Earth's fragile balance. They burn because of a mistake, yet they burn endlessly, showing how even a small error can have consequences that last generations. The crater is at once beautiful and destructive, mesmerizing and tragic. The future of the fire. What will happen to the door to hell? Some believe it should be preserved as a natural wonder, a monument to human history. Others argue that it must be extinguished to save valuable gas and protect the environment. For now, the fire continues its eternal dance. Desert winds carry its heat across the dunes. Travelers still gather at its edge, telling stories of the night they looked into the earth and saw its burning heart. And perhaps in some sense, the door to hell is exactly what humanity needs, a reminder that our world holds mysteries, dangers, and wonders that science cannot always predict or control. Final thoughts. The door to hell is not just a hole in the desert. It is a living story, a tale of human error, natural beauty, myth, and science all tangled together. It shows us how fragile our environment is, how easily resources can be wasted, and how quickly legends can grow around an accident. Yet it also shows us resilience. The fire burns, the desert endures, and people still come to see it. The door to hell is a scar in the earth, yes, but also a window into our own curiosity, fear, and fascination. So if you ever find yourself in Turkmenistan, take the long road into the Karakum Desert. Stand at the rim of the crater as the sun sets, and watch the flames rise into the night. Feel the heat on your face, listen to the roar of the earth, and remember, sometimes, the most extraordinary wonders come not from myths, but from mistakes.